Hi there, I'm Anastasia Surridge. I'm a Zazzle Pro designer, and today I'm going to show you how to add a QR code to a wedding invitation. So there's a couple of steps you need to do. The first thing is you need to have a QR code, so I'll show you how to generate that. I'll also show you how to match the color with your wedding invitation, and then I'll show you how to add it to the wedding invitation. So the first thing we're going to need to do is create the QR code. So I'm going to suggest that you open up your invitation first to get the color from the invitation. So to do that, where you see personalize this template, just click on details, then scroll down to the bottom and click to customize further. This text field is highlighted, but if it's not, or if you want to use a color that's on the back, which is actually the same as the front on this design, whatever you need to do, just find the color within your design that you want to use. Then highlight the field that's got that color on it. Go over here to the right where it says color. Click on that to open it and see this number down here? That's your hex code. So left click to highlight, right click and copy. Now I'm using QR Code Monkey. It's free. You can set the color on it and it's really easy to use. So I'm going to first go in to set the color here, and I'm going to set a single color. So I'm going to backspace over that to highlight and click paste. Then I'm going to click out of there and minimize that. So where it says enter content, that's your wedding website. I'll just use my website that's in the works right now. Click and copy that field and paste it over the QR code or QR monkey. Paste. And that's done. Super easy. Now I just go create QR code. You just have to wait a little bit and now you download it. Excuse my humor. Okay, done. So now you can save it. Easy. Now, back in your invitation, from a design perspective, I would not recommend ever putting a QR code on the front. I know some people do, but I think it interferes with the design. I think it's much more elegant to put it on the back, so that's what I'm going to recommend. So on the left-hand side, you've got front, and then all the lines of text that are on the front of the card, and back. So click on back. That'll open up everything that's on the back. Now you need to import it. So click on My Files over here. Upload images. Now if you've downloaded it to your phone, you can upload from there. But I'm just going to go to Upload Images, and I'm going to go to my Downloads folder, and I'm going to find that QR code and upload it. So it has the white around it. So as you can see, that it's not going to interfere and blend in with the background color already. So that's going to fill that. You need to scale it down. Now, something interesting to know. So, scaling it down by clicking over here on the right. The plus button scales it larger. The minus button scales it smaller. So just scale it down. You can't make QR codes too small though. They have to be at least 1 inch by 1 inch to be readable and scannable by a smartphone. So I would turn on the grid lines. This particular invitation is 5.5 inches wide. So if this is going to be an inch wide, you need to make it 1/5 the size. So, I mean, at least 1/5 the size. If we make it that size there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's 6 of the bars over, I can go 1, 2, 3.5. So that's not as small as it needs to be. So let's see how this looks here at the bottom. I think that looks okay. If you want it smaller, you can scale it smaller. But you do want it to be noticeable by your invited guests. So I think making it that size is good. If you click over here on the preview and bring that up, That's not too large, I don't think, to be intrusive. Large enough to be noticeable. But I would suggest, if you want it to make it smaller, I wouldn't go more than one notch down, because if we try to fit more of these on here, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be just about the right size. I wouldn't make it any smaller than that. It's a little bit larger than an inch, but there's no actual inch measurements on here, so I can't tell. You just have to eyeball it. Now, what I would recommend for the ease of your guests is to actually put some text on the back that says, please reply via, QR code to our wedding website. So I'm going to go to the front so I can get some text that matches. Now, I'm going to use this font here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the line of the text that I want. If you click on the script, it would look beautiful, but it's so fine that you wouldn't be able to read it very well on the dark background. So you'll have to keep these things in mind when choosing the text that you want. So I'm going to choose on the date. I'm going to click on text layer up here at the left, and that will create a new text layer that is exactly the same as this in terms of color, font, and font size. So I want to add the text, keeping it all caps. Please RSVP to our wedding website. And then I'll click OK. Now, I'm going to go back here under layers and click layers so I can see that layer. I'm going to click edit up here at the top and cut, because I actually need to bring that to the back and paste it there. So I'm going to go paste. And obviously can't read it because it's the same color. So go over here to the right where it says color. Now click on white or any contrasting color that you wanted to use. Now I think that is a little bit long for the design, so I'm going to go up here and edit the text. I'm going to say please RSVP. I'm going to take out the space and make a second line to our wedding website. And that looks much better. So now I'm going to put the mouse over this layer, and I'm just going to drag it down here. And then if I look there now, there we go. So that's the front of the invitation, and that's the back of the invitation. Lovely. You can do that to business cards as well, but with business cards, be really careful about the size. Depending on what other text you have on the card, it may not actually work to do it. But anyway, there you go. I hope that helps. Then you can just go up here and click done and enter the quantity in that you need and add it to your cart. Don't click sell it because you can't. So anyway, thanks for that. All the best. Bye-bye.